Hi everyone, welcome back to Lady Lovestead Reads. My name is Jessica and today I'm sharing with you my January 2022 TBR. This is my cat Cherry. She is one of my least social cats, so you probably haven't seen her very often. But she's a very good girl. She's being very social today. Well, I hope you're all doing well and that you're excited to ring in the new year. I know I am. New Year's Eve is my favorite holiday, and I think for New Year's Eve we're just going to have a quiet one at home this year because of COVID protocols, and probably make some food and watch the ball drop on TV. But honestly, that's my favorite thing to do anyway, is to stay home, have snacks, and read books. So let's chat about the books that I'm planning to read here in January 2022. The first category we'll go through is book clubs. For Middle Grade Monthly, a middle grade book club hosted by Gavin at How to Train Your Gavin and Jade at JD Ray Reads, the selection for January 2022 is The Hatmakers by Tamzin Merchant. This is about Cordelia, and Cordelia is born into a family of hatmakers. This book is set in London, and in this London, there are objects that are magical. So there's like hats and boots and other things that are magical, and the people that make these creations are called hat makers or boot makers, etc. So Cordelia is born into a family of hat makers, and her father goes missing. So she tries to find him, and that's what I know about it. And it's going to be a magical fun time, and I'm very much looking forward to it. For the Killing Time with Cozies Book Club, which is hosted by Tiffany at the Beach Bum Bookworm and Cozy at Cozy Reads. This is a cozy mystery book club, if I haven't mentioned that. There are 2 prompts that we need to read for the month of January. The first prompt is a book that has murder in the title, and the second prompt is a book that has some sort of transportation on the cover. I haven't decided on a firm book for these prompts yet because it's important to me that I have wiggle room for mood reading. The next category is Buddy Reads and Read-Alongs. The first read-along I'm participating in January 2022 is a Suki Stackhouse read-along hosted by Amy at BookTube with Amy and Ange at Ange's Book Chatter. The first book in the series is Dead Until Dark, and it's written by Charlaine Harris. This is the series of books that the TV show True Blood is based on. So this is about Suki, who is a waitress down in the bayou, and she has the ability to read minds. She meets a guy named Bill, who is kind of a strange guy. Things happen from there. If you've seen True Blood, you kind of know what it's about. I'm really curious to see how true to the books the show is, and I absolutely love vampires. It's one of my subgenres that I am obsessed with, so looking forward to this one. The first buddy read that I'll be doing in January is Final Girls by Riley Sager. I'll be reading this with my friend Angel at Angel Reads. This is a book about final girls, which are girls who have survived serial killers. There was like a string of final girl novels published this fall. I think there's one by Riley Sager, there was one by Stephen Graham Jones, and then there was one by Grady Hendrix. And so I'm really curious about this. So in this one, the main character is Quincy, and she is a final girl. She's moved on from that initial like horror that she experienced, and she thinks that her life will be pretty smooth sailing from there as long as she takes her Xanax. And someone is murdered. Someone is murdered. So, I mean, that's what I know. Angel and I chose this book because we like to read thrillers. We read 56 Days by Catherine Ryan Howard back in, I want to say, August, I think it was. We read that together, and it was a whole lot of fun. Neither of us have read anything by Riley Sager, so we're going to give the author a try. The next buddy read is King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. This is the first book in the King of Scars duology. This is part of the Grishaverse, which starts with Shadow and Bone and then merges into Six of Crows and then wraps up with King of Scars. This is what the Shadow and Bone television show is all based on, and I am buddy reading these books with my friend Johara at the Witchy Reader. Last month we read the final Six of Crows, Crooked Kingdom, and we'll be picking up with King of Scars here in January. This duology focuses on Nikolai, which is exciting because Nikolai was my favorite character in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. The final buddy read that I'll be doing this month is Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This is like a very atmospheric book about magicians who are competing, and that's all I really know about it. I will be buddy reading this with my friend Francois at Mr. Francie Reads, and I'm doing this as part of a readathon, which I'll talk about here next. The next category on my TBR is readathons and reading challenges. This month I am going to try to participate in a readathon being hosted by my friend Leigh at Dark Roots Creations. She is hosting the Mary Poppins readathon, and for this she's got a bunch of prompts and they make up a bingo board, and so your goal is to get a bingo. I'm gonna get a blackout. I don't know about you, but I kind of like knocking readathons out of the water. So, for the prompts, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 prompts? Am I missing one? I think I might be missing. Oh yeah, Mary Poppins. Okay, got it. 8 prompts. So one of them is a book from the Edwardian era. The other is an artistic character, a book with an artistic character. Next is a book that features a carnival or a circus, and that is what I'm reading Night Circus for. Next is a book that has some sort of theme about work-life balance. Next is a book with a magical element. Next is a book that has some sort of theme or element of suffrage or women's rights. And then the last one is to read the book Mary Poppins. Now, I read Mary Poppins last year and I liked it. I'd like to continue this series, but I'm just going to count that as done on my bingo board. I don't want to reread it. And for these prompts, I am going to just kind of mood read my way through the list, but that works really well for me. I mean, my December readathons were a home run. So I think I'll be able to mood read and find books that fit these prompts pretty easily. All right, that is what I'm planning to read in January 2022. Let me know if you've read any. Let me know what you're reading in the comments down below. If you just want to let me know that you're here, feel free to leave a snowflake emoji. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. Until next time, make sure to read good books, drink good coffee, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye!